Academy of Art University's K-Art News is next. Coming up, baseball season is underway here in the Bay Area. We'll take you to the Giants Media Day and all the season's hoopla.
A new village has popped up just across from AT&T Park. It's the start of a whole new neighborhood.
We'll take a closer look at the problems with the O.Co Stadium complex in Oakland.
And a sneak preview of the new film San Andreas. All that and more coming up on K-Art News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here at the Academy of Art University's K-Art News. I'm Enosh Williams.
And I'm Cody Young. Here's what's we're working on tonight. It's that time of year again. Baseball season kicks off this week with the world champion Giants taking on the Diamondbacks. And over in Oakland, A's take on the Texas Rangers. Monday was also the busiest opening day in Major League Baseball history, with 28 teams starting their season. The first of the 162 games season kicked off at Wrigley Field Sunday with the Chicago Cubs facing the St. Louis Cardinals.
Every year, the Giants open up at AT&T Park for Media Day, just before the season starts. K-Art News reporter Whitley Sandretto was there to get the inside scoop on the up-and-coming season.
Today's about what's the new ballpark, what's the new season at the ballpark going to be like. We're going to kick off a week-long celebration. We like to think of it as opening week.
It's officially baseball season. The Giants held their annual media open house at AT&T Park on April Fool's Day. Larry Baird, the president and CEO of the San Francisco Giants, said they have had a fantastic offseason and they're ready for their home opener on April 13th. Baird, along with Senior Vice President of Business Operations Mario Alioto and Senior Vice President of Marketing Tom McDonald, discussed upgrades to the park, new food items, technology, and ad campaigns.
The initial source of this year's marketing theme, We Are SF, We Are Giant, came from Mike Kruko's rallying cry at the Civic celebration of one of our World Series championships. However, it's really a proclamation of the unique, enduring relationship that's been forged between our fans, our players, and the community that we live in.
Larry Baird even had a little bit of fun with the media.
I'm here to announce a blockbuster trade. Okay, April Fools. All right, we're done with April Fools.
All jokes aside, one big topic happened to be the fans.
We are really been blessed by, and I don't think the championships would be possible without the support of the fans. And the fans have been, I'll never forget, we go back to those days at Candlestick and people were saying, you know, what kind of a baseball town is it? Well, that discussion, I think, has been pretty much concluded.
Come cheer on your world champions at their home opener April 13th against the Colorado Rockies.
We're Giants. Let's go.
In San Francisco, I'm Whitley Sandretto reporting for K-Art News.
The Giants kicked off their season in Arizona, but will return for the home opener at AT&T Park Monday, April the 13th against the Colorado Rockies. Bay Area sports fans lost a legend over the weekend. Hall of Fame broadcaster Lon Simmons died at age 91. He was the voice of Bay Area sports for decades and passed away peacefully on Easter Sunday. Simmons covered the Giants, A's, and 49ers over the career in the Bay Area. During 3 stints with the Giants, Simmons considered one of the greatest thrills was getting to call Mays' 600th home run. His signature call on the long ball became, "And you can tell it goodbye." He battled cancer in recent years and requested not to have a memorial service.
Yes, indeed. Baseball is back, and there are a few new additions around AT&T Park you'll have to check out. Our Connor Smith was at the Yard and has more on the story.
Welcome to the Yard. The Yard is located just outside of McCovey Cove, across from AT&T Park. The Yard brings an Anchor Steam beer garden, a coffee shop, retail shops, and a waterfront deck to the neighborhood across from Lefty O'Doul's Bridge. The 18,000 square foot setup is comprised of 15 shipping containers recycled from the Port of Oakland. I spoke with a few Giants fans who shared their impressions of the pop-up village.
I am celebrating my birthday. Came to the Giants game, my favorite place to be.
Now, is this your first time at the Yard?
This is my first time at the Yard.
What do you think of it?
I think it looks incredible, and I can't wait to grab a beer and have a seat and look at McCovey Cove.
I think it is a great concept. I'm interested to see how it progresses, and as long as they keep bringing Senor Zessig, I'm good.
In addition to the Anchor Steam Beer Garden, the Yard hosts several popular mobile off-the-grid eateries. Senor Sig Sig's, Proposition Chicken, and the Courtyard are just a few of the food trucks who call the Yard home. Not only is the Yard a great place to catch a ball game and grab a beer, it is an absolute moneymaker for the San Francisco Giants. The Yard is just phase one of the Mission Rock development. Giants CEO and president Larry Baer has a much bigger plan for the land outside of the Cove. In an interview with Forbes, Baer discussed the Giants' plan for expanding the Giant brand.
Mission Rock has an opportunity, creates an opportunity for us in this franchise to totally reinvent the franchise. Because what we're doing here at 27 acres is creating a new neighborhood. It's very, very exciting. And we're in the real estate business.
The Giants franchise was recently valued at $2 billion, the fourth most valuable Major League franchise. Because the Yard is located outside of the ballpark, all revenue created by the Mission Rock development will bypass Major League Baseball's revenue sharing agreement and go straight into the Giants' pocket. The Yard opened 2 weeks ago and is a huge success amongst fans and local San Franciscans. From the Yard, I'm Connor Smith with the Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Looks like a great place to catch a ball game. The Yard is open 7 days a week and is free to the public.
As of April 1st, California has mandatory water restrictions. Some restrictions can ban cities from watering ornamental grass on public street medians. Farmers are required to report more information on their water use to state regulators. Governor Jerry Brown says, "We have to save water however we can, and we have to pull it together." The Water Board is expected to release draft regulations in the middle of April and approve regulations in May. Governor Brown is defending his reasoning for cutting back of water use for Californians, but not so much for farmers. He claims that farmers are providing most of the fruits and vegetables of America to significant parts of the world. As California endures its fourth year of drought, Brown has ordered to reduce water usage by 25%. The order will also require campuses, golf courses, cemeteries, and other large landscapes to restrain their water usage.
The limited amount of bike lanes is making it more dangerous for people who ride a bicycle. K-Art News reporter Joshua Lopez reported from the East Bay.
Bike riding has become an everyday thing for people who commute to work, enjoy being outdoors, and simply want to exercise. But the thing that makes it dangerous is the limited amount of bike lanes. I spoke with a local cyclist who had noticed the poorly engineered roadways.
I just moved to Concord like 6 months ago, and I commute to the BART station on my bike. And the first thing I noticed was that there weren't any bike lanes. Wow. And an experienced bike commuter myself, I was just used to this, and I just bike on the roads myself. But I noticed other commuters biking on the sidewalks, and that's potentially a hazardous risk to run into a pedestrian, maybe kill an elderly person. Suburban areas like Concord, I get that it's hard to make bike lanes everywhere, but near a train station, there should be some more bike lanes.
I spoke with a Bay Area police officer who did not want to be on camera, who is a collision specialist, said that there is an accident between a cyclist and a car, 90% of the time the cyclist is at fault, and that the cyclists don't know the rules of the road. 15% of the time, there is bad roadway engineering. Severe injuries are caused by people not wearing helmets.
Many busy two-way highways often need bicycle lanes so that the driver knows how close they should be to the sidewalk, leaving an appropriate distance for them and the bicyclists.
And again, I'm Joshua Lopez reporting for Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
A friendly reminder is to always wear a helmet, as it can reduce the severity of any potential injuries.
There's another investigation underway involving the new eastern span of the Bay Bridge. Caltrain announced it found microscopic cracks in one of the anchoring rods. The other 422 rods all passed inspection. However, tests on the broken rod will help determine whether or not rods are subject to corrosion. There are questions about specific rod and if it's just the beginning of a bigger corrosion problem that will need more attention.
BART officials are slowing trains at more than 36 stops for safety reasons in an attempt to avoid any more accidents like the two that happened in Concord earlier this year. Some trains are traveling up to 10 miles slower than usual. BART is 40 years old, and many of the original wooden structure components put in place are in need of replacement. Without track repair, trains run the risk of derailment. BART officials hope to put a measure on the voting ballot to help raise the $4.8 billion needed to overhaul the system. Another institution facing challenges is the Oakland Coliseum complex. As much as the fans in Oakland love having their professional sports teams, it seems that a lot of the city's having difficulty keeping them in town. KART News reporter Terrell Butler has the story.
Oracle Arena and Oakland Stadium is home for some of the greatest fans in professional sports. But for the last few years, the fans and the city of Oakland have been in jeopardy of losing all of their teams to other cities.
Man, I do not want the Oakland A's to the South Bay, man. We're an Oakland team, Oakland natives. We have more than anything out of all the Oakland teams. We are meant to be here.
The Golden State Warriors have a bid for a new arena in San Francisco. The Raiders are wavering between moving back to Southern California or as far away as Texas. The A's have their sights set on a new home in San Jose. But Oakland City Councilman Larry Reed says that there are enough resources for all three teams to stay right here.
There's enough land that one can build both a football-only stadium and a baseball-only stadium out at the Coliseum. So it's very frustrating when you got two different owners and both of them don't want to work together. They want their own stadium, but they don't want the other team playing in the same complex. You know, Oakland has always been on the cusp of greatness, and so we are slowly but surely moving towards what I think everybody realization of what the city could be.
The city of Oakland is heavily invested in keeping their Bay Area teams right here. The land has already been purchased and the plans for Coliseum City are well underway. Now it's up to the owners to come together and make a conscious decision to keep their teams right here.
The stadium we got right here is perfect. They don't need to go anywhere. They can upgrade it. They can do whatever they need to do. Do not move to San Jose.
In Oakland, I'm Terrell Butler for Academy of Art University's KART News.
The Oakland Raiders will have to renew their lease in Oakland at the end of the 2016 season.
It was a busy week for the Academy of Art's Urban Nights. Matt Seska joins us with sports news.
Track and field was in Los Angeles this past weekend as they were performing in the UCLA Legends Invitational. The Urban Nights' overall performance was solid, with Kiana Moody's 400-meter hurdles taking the spotlight. Moody managed to run a new personal best while coming in second place overall. This ranks her 4th in the country for NCAA Division II. On the men's side, the 4x100-meter relay team ran a 40.72 to pace all teams. Later, Shaquille Howard displayed his skills in the 400-meter race by beating many Division I runners with a time of 47.29 seconds to claim first overall. The night's next event is at Arizona State's Sun Angel Track Classic next weekend. Baseball was hosting Holy Names this past week for their 4-game homestand. A strong pitching performance and some key small ball plays were not enough in the first game of the series. Despite going to extra innings tied 2-2, the Knights failed to score in extras, losing 5-2. However, the second game was a different story. It was senior night, and the Knights came ready to play, having honored 7 seniors, and they did not disappoint.
Senior day is a special day in any program, no matter what the situation. These guys spend so much time together from before school starts to the end of school every year. It's pretty much round the clock. If they're not working on their baseball together, they're in the library studying together, eating together in the cafeteria. It's an emotional moment when you have your senior day and you're realizing it's your last home game.
Senior Nate Gherkin was on the mound, bringing home a historic performance with his 12th career complete game, an Academy of Art record. He also set the single-game strikeout record with 9 Ks. junior second baseman Cody Edmonds also chipped in, going 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. The Urban Knights struggled in the next two-game doubleheader, losing both despite a strong effort from Joey Marchini. Marchini went 5 for 8 on the day and drove in both of RU's runs. The Urban Knights will now travel to Fresno Pacific for a 4-game series starting Friday. RU softball split a 2-game doubleheader with Hawaii Hilo this past Tuesday. The Vulcans scored first with a bases-loaded walk in the second. However, after that, it was all Knights taking home the 4-2 victory. The next game was an offensive onslaught by both teams, seeing the Urban Knights take an 8-9 loss. The Urban Knights then traveled to San Rafael for another 2-game doubleheader, this time with Dominican University. The Knights struggled on this trip, dropping both games in close fashion. The RU women's tennis team traveled to Southern California for 2 matches. The first against number 18 ranked Azusa Pacific. The women swept the doubles competition for the 5th time this spring. Nina Gadoshikova and Annika Schneider teamed up to win at number 1 singles. Next up, the Lady Knights was on to face the number 22 Cal State Los Angeles, where the Urban Knights once again prevailed. This was the Urban Knights' 4th straight win and helped to improve their record against ranked opponents to 6-2 on the season. The Knights will close the regular season with 3 matches. Friday they face Dominican, Saturday is against Holy Names, and to finish it up, they will face against NCAA Division I San Jose State. That just about wraps it up for this week's sports broadcast. Tune in next week to hear more of your Academy of Art University Urban Knights.
Thanks, Matt. As the NBA regular season draws to a close, the league's most valuable player award is still up for debate. Let's toss it over to Connor Smith, who has an opinion on this year's MVP.
There are 4 serious contenders for the NBA's MVP. We got James Harden from Houston, Russell Westbrook from OKC, King James from Cleveland, and the baby-faced assassin from Golden State, Stephen Curry. Now, the analysts have Harden and Westbrook at the tops of their list, but I'm here to tell you the 2015 MVP is Steph Curry. The 6'4" point guard from Golden State is hands down the most exciting player in the league. Curry's Warriors have the NBA's best record at 63-14. He's averaging 24 points and 8 assists per game. And not to mention, Curry is lights out from beyond the arc, shooting 43% from downtown. He's the best player on the best team, so Curry deserves the MVP. But hey, that's like my opinion, man.
Thank you, Connor. VNA Austin joins us with an interview with an AU dual athlete star.
Hi, I'm here with Jasmine Gwynn. How are you, Jasmine? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm pretty good. Now that basketball season's over, how's track going?
It's going all right, just in preparation for nationals coming up in a few weeks right now. We have a few meets left. I'm doing fairly well. I still have to hit my provisional mark, but I think I'll get there by the time the season's coming to an end.
So what do you run, or do you jump?
I'm a long jumper, so yeah, I go into a pit of sand every day and get sandy. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of technical things, and basically I'm close to hitting a provisional mark, almost 19 feet right now. I need to jump 19'5" to go to nationals, so I'm hoping for that jump in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, you'll definitely get there. So what's it like being a 2-sport athlete?
It's hard, especially with time management and juggling both of them, and coming off of one season and going straight into another. I get about a day off, if that. My coach tells me right after, come out to season right now, we need to start training, we need to start getting ready for nationals. So, and the muscles are different that I use, and the technique is different, so it's really hard to refocus and then balance that with school.
So speaking of school, what are you majoring in?
I'm an animation major, majoring in 3D animation. I'm focusing on character animation, and probably in the future I want to work on some feature films, but starting small with some shorts right now.
Anything specific that you're working on right now?
Right now I'm working on the lighting and texturing of a 5-year-old boy's room. It's actually pretty amazing when it comes to life, and you can see that on screen.
Oh, wow. So I know you and your brother are working on a new project. Can you tell us a little bit something about that?
Okay, so we started this organization called Chérie la Vie. It means cherish life in French, and it's basically about giving back to the community and helping the youth, and basically saying you need to cherish what you have and stuff like that. So right now we're working with clothing, and we're selling the clothes to raise money and give back to youth programs around the Bay Area starting out. And pretty much I'm the media consultant, since I have an artistic background, so I take all of the photos and I do the videos and stuff like that. And my brother, he's a professional baseball player, so he's trying to use that to help give back to his community.
All right, that's really cool. I like that. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Jasmine, for your company.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks, VNA and Jasmine. Terrell Butler is here with the latest on AAU News.
AAU is proud to present the Vagina Monologues Friday, April 17th inside the theater at 79 New Montgomery. Tickets for student and staff are $10. Non-student admission is $20. All proceeds from the show will be donated to the SAVE organization, the Safe Alternatives to Violent Environments. The AAU Drama Club is putting on a free talent show extravaganza, Xenophilia, Friday, May 1st, inside the theater of 79 New Montgomery. All AAU personnel is invited to attend. Doors open at 7:45 p.m. and the show begins at 8 p.m. Save the date. Monday night, May 18th, 2015 is the day of the Academy of Art University's annual spring show. It's a chance to get a glimpse at some of the best work that AAU students have to offer from all 28 majors. Registration for Academy of Art University's summer session has already begun and classes are already filling up. Summer session begins Monday, June 15th. To find out what classes are available, you can grab a course catalog at the information desk at 180 New Montgomery. You can catch up on all AAU news by downloading the app on your smartphone. That's it for now. See you back next time.
Thanks, Terrell. AAU students and artists are getting the opportunity to display work at a local art gallery for future jobs and internships. Here's VNA Austin with more on the story.
The Minute Gallery puts on a unique event called Trap Art, where students and creators have a chance to display their work in front of guests and buyers. The buyers are employees looking to hire these creators to work. Owner and coordinator Amina Brooks runs this event.
That started about a year and a half ago. Right now it's a monthly event that's a fusion of art and hip hop. So we get a bunch of local artists to come and show their work. And we've been working with 111 Minute Art Gallery, and we just decided to throw something that included art and trap music at first, and then it just kind of grew into what it is now.
Amongst the participants here at the Minute Gallery are two Academy of Art University students, Kayla Guzman and Jay Williams.
Kayla Guzman, I'm a photographer from Bay Area, California. I've been doing photography for about 3 years, and I showcase my work at Trap Art. This is my 6th time. I like the environment and the way everybody feels about my photography, and that's why I've been very motivated to do more work.
Every third Friday of the month, crowds are out the door for this event, anxious to see new work and talented students. In San Francisco, I'm VNA Austin, Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
If you're interested in being a part of the Trap Art Night, contact coordinator Amina Brooks at the gallery, 111 Mina Gallery.
Now let's go to entertainment with Herman Pratt IV. What should we be looking forward to this week, Herman?
Thank you, Cody. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's entertainment report. Unfriended is one of the newest horror films that will be releasing this month, April 17th. The so-called friend of Laura Barnes are being stalked by this unseen figure who seeks vengeance for a video that goes up on social media, and this leads to Laura Barnes' suicidal death. And now they must confess who posted, and if you sign off, you die a mysterious death. Are you excited for yet another addition to Insidious? Well, Chapter 3 is set to release in theaters this summer on June 5th. I recommend watching this with a friend. If you haven't already, watch the first two. Better yet, why not watch all three of them backwards from chapter 3 to the very first, since that's the way it's showing all. Fast and Furious has been a great film. Furious 7 opened up this past weekend and literally destroyed the box office with 143.6 million debut, breaking all records. The movie is dedicated to Paul Walker, known as Brian O'Connor. This is one you do not want to miss. But here's a bit of a spoiler alert. At the very end of the movie, there is a tribute for Paul Walker and a song by Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth that will play with your emotions and possibly leave you in tears. And if you love action films, get ready for Dwayne Johnson starring in this film, San Andreas. You will see in the trailer that this is another film that is shot in San Francisco.
Are you hurt?
People need to know that the shaking is not over. We'll get hit again, and it's going to be a bigger monster.
I've been oh my God.
The Earth will literally crack open, and you will feel it on the East Coast.
I love you, Dad.
I cannot emphasize this enough. You need to get out, and I mean now. If you can't, God be with you.
We gotta get over it before it crashes.
I know I will be in the theaters to watch all of these movies. Hope to see you there. That's it for this week. See you back here next week.
That's it for this edition of Academy Art University's K-Art News. For everyone here, thanks for joining us. I'm Cody Young.
And I'm Minash Williams. Have a great evening and enjoy your weekend. See you back next week.